Boys, welcome to the channel. This is the secret reselling method and how I make extra cash from recurring clients. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say my Discord will be linked in the bio. I'm giving out a free reselling course to all of you, which you can go check out. All that I ask for in return is a testimonial. So you can give me feedback to see how I can go and how I can improve. And if it works for you, leave me a good testimonial and that will be much appreciated. Anyway, straight into the video. So, the stigma around reselling. So the stigma around reselling is that you are a scammer because you are selling replica items. But my thoughts on this is that reselling reps is, as long as the buyer is aware of what you are selling, it's completely fine. I see no problem with it if the buyer knows it is a rep. I've explained a couple times my thoughts on this and why I think reselling is ethical. That will be in the Discord as well. But many resellers fall into the trap of thinking it is as a method rather than a legit business. Now, I know this is a bit rich of me, as I said, the secret reselling method, but that is just a hook. This is actually a business model that millions of companies around the world use. And so what is the source? So the secret method to earning more money through reselling is to find clients and maintain relationships and take orders off them. Many resellers just think one-dimensional. They just think it as a customer, and this customer mindset where they buy one thing and the sale's done. What I've done is I've taken it to the next level where I try to build and maintain relationships with clients, and then I get orders off them and I can make profit off that. And by building relationships over time, I can make more profits. Now, the Pareto rule, or the 80-20 rule, states that 80% of effect comes from 20% of cause. I'm sure many of you would have heard that before. There's a whole book on that. So, for example, 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your same clients. And yes, that is very true and applicable for a lot of businesses. And I've heard countless business people like Alex Hormozy talk about that in his business. And the way you should treat business, and reselling in particular, is the customer is always first. You're not trying to scam people. The customer is first. So all other businesses implement this. So why don't we implement this as resellers? Why don't we do this? And as I explained before, that's the stigma around reselling, how it's a scammy sort of business. But let's get into this. So the reseller's current logic, boys. So at the moment, a lot of you guys, and resellers in particular, have a customer mindset where they're just thinking one-dimensional and they're thinking of just making the one sale. For example, like someone walks into a shop and buys something off the shelves. They buy these scissors off the shelf. They are a customer, not a client. A client is where you are a service to them, not selling like a physical item, for example. So number one, the reseller's current logic. So they find customers. So resellers advertise their products well on Facebook Marketplace, eBay. And they do. They get good views and they can get customers that way. They then make the sale. So they make the sale and leave it at that. And if they're scamming the person, they'll block them. So that's one way not to retain a client, is by blocking them. A lot of scammers out there who resell of selling like fake iPhones and that, just not good at all, and they end up blocking the person. And that's not how you should operate. You should operate like a genuine business. And obviously you should be orientated to help the client. And if you're reselling reps, for example, I resell like clothes and that, I make sure that my quality is of the utmost highest quality. And if there's a problem with the rep, I make sure I tell the buyer, and if they still buy it, and if they don't like it, I may offer them a refund. So this is what I think of how you should approach this. So my logic, so the client logic. So we're trying to retain these people as clients, not just one-off customers. We're trying to get more orders, which is going to help us make more money. And this is the secret method. It's just normal business practices. The secret method is to use reselling as a normal business to get more orders to make more money. So find clients. So I advertise my products the same as normal resellers would on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, etc. I then make the sale. So I make the sale and I end up talking to the client. I generally try to talk to the client or customer about what their interests are, what they like, and I ask them a few questions, which I will go over shortly. So like any other reseller, I make the sale, But I don't leave it at that. I talk to the client and ask what they're interested in, and if they order any reps themselves. I ask them, hey mate, do you like buy reps yourselves? Because if you're interested in reps, I know where to buy them from. And a lot of the time, they will say, no, I don't, and I can't really be bothered to. So it ends up just coming up naturally. They will literally just talk to you and be like, oh, do you reckon you could order some more stuff with me? And I've seen it countless times, boys, that it's just come to fruition that easily. It really isn't that difficult. So number 3 is the follow-up. So if the person is keen, they'll message me for orders after talking to them. And I'm dealing with a few orders right now. I've just implemented this strategy once again, and I thought I'd make a video about it because it's been working so well the last few days especially. If not, I'll send a follow-up message and asking them about if they need anything. And I've had clients, and in particular, I made like a few friends through reselling, and I'll talk to them all the time, seeing if they need anything, and they'll hit me up if they want anything. It's pretty cool, actually. And number 4 is then I take the order. So the client will send me a list of the stuff they want, and I'll quote it. So I'll go on to Alibaba, Superbuy, I'll go into like all these Yahoo albums like Whedon, Taobao, Links, etc. And I'll quote it. I'll get a price up. I'll talk to the shipping agents, and I'll see how much it's going to roughly cost me, and I'll give them a price. Sometimes they'll say yes, but also sometimes they're going to say no. But I reckon it's about a 50% chance that they'll say yes. The secret is, boys, to how to get clients. So, building relationships through social skills. Many young men reselling are quiet, unconfident, and are socially awkward when talking to strangers. So, I myself am an introvert, boys. It might not look like that because I'm quite animated on camera. I've developed the skill of speaking to the camera over the last 50 videos or so I've made. But I still struggle sometimes, and I still struggle talking to people and strangers in real life. But I've got much better at it than I did when I first started. And like anything, that's repetition, boys. You need repetition if you want to succeed in anything. So most people would never do this, which is why it's such a good strategy to do. So boys, generally the things worth doing are the stuff that most people don't want to do. That's where you're going to find the most value. Now, so how I discovered this. So this initially started by accident and through word of mouth, which, by the way, is the best way to get clients and leads, through word of mouth. Because if you've done such a good job that people are willing to tell their friends about it, then you're going to have business forever, boys. They're going to be hitting you up for stuff, and it's just going to have a flow-on effect. So the story goes. So I bought my mum a Gucci messenger bag, which she showed to her friends and was showing it off, and whatever women do, having coffee and showing it off and all that bullshit. And so my mum's friend contacted my mum about buying a few bags herself. She's like, I really like that bag. The quality looks excellent. I want to buy a few bags myself. And so she ended up buying a few bags. And over 6 months later, she had ordered 20 in that 6-month period, which was excellent. And it only stopped because Panda Buy got shut down, and it's been harder for me to get bags in as of late. My mum also told other people about it at her work, which got me a ton more orders. So moral of the story, boys, buy your mum a bag and she'll tell all her friends, and then you can make sales off that. That's a cheeky little method if you want to succeed. Anyway, back on topic. So, ways to approach this. So, how are you going to actually approach this when you're making a sale? So, you're just going to do these simple one-liners to these people when talking to them. And majority of the time, you'll find this will come up in just general conversation. You're not going to have to force it. So, here's just a few. So, hey bro, what other brands do you like? Simple. Just asking what other brands they like. You could just be talking about like big brand stuff. So, say if you just sold a Palm Angels t-shirt, you ask, oh, hey bro, do you like other brands like Palm Angels? Do you like V-Lone or like Versace or Dior or something? And they might say, yeah, I like this X, X, and X. And then you might be like, oh, what designs do you like? And then they'll just be like, oh, I like the one with like the spray paint Palm Angels t-shirt. Oh, yeah, bro, I know a guy for that. I can order them in it for you if you want. And they might be like, yeah, or they might be like, nah. And it doesn't matter which one. As long as you're actually like trying to get the order out of them, that's fine. And so I'll just run through quickly the other ones. So, hey, bro, I've got plenty of other stuff coming in soon. Would you be keen on anything? So you're just letting them know that you're a reseller and you've got stuff coming in. And you're also giving them like that exclusivity because you've let them know prior before you've put it up for sale. Yeah, man, I'm a reseller. I can get pretty much anything in. So you're letting them know again that you're a reseller and you can get anything. By the way, if any of your friends are into stuff like this, let them know. I'd be happy to take orders. That's another way to do it, trying to get referrals to friends, because generally these people they hang out with are going to be similar to them and they might like the same brands, etc. By the way, I do bundles at a good discount if you want to buy in bulk. This is another thing I do. I try let the person know that if they buy in bulk, it's a lot cheaper for them in the long run because they don't have to pay as much for shipping. Quick hack. But how to get over this fear? How do we get over this fear of talking to people? How do we get over this fear of asking people for more money? Essentially, that's what we're doing. Number one is talk to more people and make more sales. It's not rocket science. Repetitions make you better at everything. The first time you rode a bike, I guarantee you were not very good and you would have fallen off. But after falling off a few times, I guarantee you'd be able to stay up for longer and pedal longer until eventually you could pedal without training wheels and pedal fine without falling off. Simple. Number two, start like I did through word of mouth with people you know. It doesn't have to be strangers. Alex Hormozy recommends this a lot. If you boys know Alex Hormozy, he's one of the best entrepreneurs of the modern day. If you haven't watched any of his videos, I suggest you go look him up straight away and read his book, $100 Million Offers and $100 Million Leads. There you go, Alex. Free advertising for you, buddy. You're welcome. To just start through word of mouth. So Alex Hormozy recommends this a lot. You just talk to people you know and hit people up you know. Just go to your mate and say, hey, bro, I'm getting some Bape hoodies in. Do you want one? You'll know your friend's interest. If they're interested in something, you'll know and you'll be able to tell them. And that's the easiest way to do that, to start this, taking orders through clients rather than just one-off customers. And number tip for you is read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great book, boys. This book will change your life and help you communicate with people so much better, boys. I've just finished reading it and it is an exceptional book. It really has opened my eyes on how to communicate effectively with people and the way you should be dealing with your interactions socially. Now, to summary, many people treat reselling sales as customers, not clients. So we've got that customer framework. We're trying to make the one sale. We're just trying to chase the money. We need to be in it for the long run and try to retain clients and do people a good service. The 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule states that 80% of sales come from 20% of clients. And that is very true in normal business settings. So this applies to reselling as well, which is a business. And number three, by using simple social skills, you can make way more money. So if you just talk to people, if you just give them a follow-up message, if you just ask what they're into, I guarantee you'll eventually come across a conversation where you can make an extra sale. It really is that simple. Anyways, boys, I hope you really enjoyed that video. Hope you got a lot of value out of it. I, for one, have found this super valuable for me in my reselling journey. If you watched the full thing, please go check out my Discord, because if you've watched this full video, I guarantee you are aligned with my values about reselling, and you'll be interested in the reselling course that I've provided for free in my Discord, and plenty of other methods and stuff up like that, my suppliers, plenty of extra bonuses up there for you, and that's 100% for free, boys. You can access that. All I need from you is just a testimonial to see how you rate the reselling course, and because I just want you boys to win. I just want you boys to make your first money as young entrepreneurs, just like I did when I first started reselling a few years ago. Anyway, boys, I appreciate you for watching this full video if you're still watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya, boys. Bye.